Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh Chandrababu Naidu has time and again talked about his vision to develop Amaravati into the capital city with globally competitive infrastructure. As the state government continues its efforts to bring this vision to life, there are several key aspects to consider when we talk about development of a capital city. To shed light on these key aspects, we have today with us S. Suresh Kumar, Sir, Principal Secretary, Municipal Administration and Urban Development, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Good afternoon, sir. It's a pleasure to speak with you today. Thank you for giving us the time to ask you some questions on Amravati's development roadmap and how a vision of inclusive, resilient, and sustainable city is being realized. Thank you so much for giving us your time today.
Good afternoon.
So we will start with a broader perspective first. Since it has been in use from a very long time and it has been talked about a lot that Amaravati is being developed into a world-class capital. So I just wanted to ask you broadly, what are the major sustainable infrastructure projects currently planned for the city and how will they contribute to long-term environmental sustainability of the region?
Yeah, it's a very important question in the current context. So we all know that the state of Andhra Pradesh is planning to build a new world-class capital city, Amaravati, near Vijayawada, and this city is envisioned as a major sustainable infrastructure project, not just about the capital city, but this is going to be a resilient and environmentally responsible city. The city's master plan incorporates several sustainable infrastructure projects that focuses on green construction, efficient resource management, and disaster resilience. We want to ensure that this modern city, which is going to be built, will tick all the right boxes with respect to what has to be done for the modern urban planning. This will have extensive road network with green coverage. Amaravati will be having almost around 1,600 kilometers of total road network, including 350 kilometers of trunk road with a designated footpath, green coverage to promote the pedestrian-friendly and environmentally sustainable urban transport system. Similarly, green certification for infrastructure is an important hallmark. All the major buildings, including the iconic buildings, will adhere to the green building standards, ensuring energy efficiency, reduced carbon footprint, and optimal resource utilization. We will be following all statutory compliances required for the city-level project planning. Blue and green cover for climate control is another important aspect. Approximately 30% of the city area will be dedicated to water bodies and green spaces, significantly reducing the urban heat island and improving the air quality. This 30% is much more than any other city in the country, and this is as per the international standards that we are planning to do this. Similarly, the city will be self-sustainable in the sense the sewerage treatment plants, water supply schemes, underground drainage schemes, everything will be actually no discharge from the city. It will be actually discharge zero, and this will ensure that the citizen get the best services here, and it's all monitored by expert committees, experts in the relevant fields who have studied the global practices, global best practices, best cities, and based on that, we are going to implement all these sustainable practices in the new city.
Okay. So when we talk about sustainable practices and sustainable infrastructure, and as you also mentioned that energy efficiency could also be a central point which will be kept in mind while developing the city. So when we talk about all of this, we talk about renewable energy too. So how will renewable energy be integrated into all these development projects and issues that you're talking about? And are there specific targets for specific sources of renewable energy like wind energy, solar energy, and hydroelectric energy?
Yeah, that's right. Amaravati is envisioned as a sustainable, future-ready capital city with a strong focus on renewable energy integration and energy efficient infrastructure. The government aims to make Amaravati a national benchmark for clean energy adoption, incorporating solar, wind, and smart energy solutions into its urban framework. By 2050, Amaravati is projected to require about 2,700 megawatt of power, with a minimum of 30% sourced from renewable energy, including solar and wind energy. Amaravati has already begun integrating rooftop solar systems across public buildings under the city's two initiative. 415 kilowatt of rooftop solar panels have been installed across 16 Anganwadis, 14 e-health centers, 13 public schools, and one multi-faith funeral center. Government and commercial buildings will be mandated to incorporate solar panels and participate in net metering programs. The district cooling system is being planned to optimize uh, the energy consumption in the Amaravati government complex, significantly reducing the power demand for cooling. Green mobility and public transport is another important aspect. Public transport, including the Amaravati metro and the electric bus fleet, will be powered by renewable energy sources. Extensive EV charging infrastructure will be established across the city to take care of the demand by the public as well as the government requirement for the EV charging in future. So with all these various components of renewable energy integration, we will ensure that so this city can boast about the best renewable energy integrated city in the country.
Okay, sir. So since you talked about the metro project also, could you shed light on its development status right now? Because I have also read that metro is being planned for Kakapatnam as well, and as you said that for Amravati also it is being planned. So, uh, what is the development status right now for metro
Yeah,
project?
so say in the capital city, metro is one of the important projects which we are planning. But as you will be knowing that as on today the population of Vijayawada or the adjoining area is only about 10 lakh or 1 million. If we consider the entire capital region area, that population will be about 20 to 25 lakh. That means about 2 to 2.5 million. So with these parameters, we have actually prepared the DPR for the metro initially with the two corridors, and the DPRs are ready. And now, based on the approval by the Government of India, we are preparing the comprehensive mobility plan with the latest facts and figures. In another 3 months' time, the comprehensive master plan for Amaravati metro will be ready. Once that is ready, we will be submitting it to the Government of India for their evaluation and approvals. In the meantime, we are also parallelly, we have already taken steps to notify the schedule of the areas, the alignment of the metro, and also the process of acquiring the land required for the metro lanes as well as the car shed and all that work is going on parallelly. So we are hopeful that in another 6 months time we will be getting all statutory approvals and permissions from Government of India, and we will also be ready with the source of funding by that time, so that we can start the work of Vijayawada metro in another 6 months timeline.
Okay, got it. That's great actually. And coming to the technological aspect, so for example, there's artificial intelligence and Internet of Things, very much popular and prevalent these days. So how are these technologies being integrated into various development stages of the city? Uh, are technologies being leveraged, and if yes, in what ways?
Yeah, making use of the latest technology, that's very, very important. Technology, yeah, technological integration is a hallmark of this new city. Emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, IoT, and smart governance have great potential for smart cities. So we are going to ensure that we will be using all the latest technologies, including the blockchain technology, AI, drones, in the building process of the city itself. And when the city is also ready, this will be actually making use of all the latest technology. Uh, I would also like to share a latest development. Our Honorable Chief Minister has actually initiated an idea of setting up a quantum valley in Amaravati. We all know that future is for quantum computing, and globally it is being spoken about how quantum computing is going to revolutionize and change the entire way in which the processing happens. So we want, Honorable Chief Minister wants Amaravati to become the quantum valley, like Silicon Valley at one point of time, or the high-tech city in Hyderabad, 25 years back, how it has changed the entire IT scenario in the country. The proposed quantum valley is going to be a game changer. So there we are trying to bring in all the, let all the players in the sector, including the Government of India, IBM, L&T, Department of Science and Technology, and various other private partners also are going to join hand to set up this. So you can imagine that beyond the use of available technological aspects, we are thinking much ahead. The future of technology also, we want to be from Amaravati. So this is the vision. So having said that, I would also like to highlight that in the case of land pooling, or in the case of the entire planning of the trunk infrastructure, planning for the building, planning and construction for the buildings, we are using blockchain technology and various AI-enabled tools. So this is going to really help in two ways. Number one, to ensure that once the city is ready, this will be tech enabled in all aspects. And secondly, we will also be able to bring in a lot of synergies and reduce a lot of cost. Otherwise, a lot of cost would have gone on various wasteful expenditure, which also will be reduced because of the use of the technology. So deep tech is the buzzword. So Amaravati is going to be a deep tech city, and it will revolutionize the way in which city governance is being done in the country.
Sir, since you talked about Quantum Valley, so that's one area that the government is focusing on. But what are the other industries that the government is prioritizing by the development of Amaravati is taking place? Like what industries is it focusing on? And what measures the government has taken, Andhra Pradesh government has taken to attract investments from these industries that are being prioritized?
See, one thing, let me clarify, like Amaravati capital city is not going to be an industrial city, because we don't want any polluting industry or red category industries to come in this area, because this has to be a livable city, a clean green city, which is the best as far as the living index is concerned, as far as the air quality, water quality, and the living quality is concerned. So we have prioritized setting up of service sectors, and also only the industries which are not polluting, which can be set up in a green or a blue zone. That's what we are planning. So when the entire master plan was prepared, Amaravati, the entire capital region, will actually consist of 8 different type of cities apart from the government office complex. The core of the area where the entire government facility like the Secretariat, Legislative Assembly, High Court, and other things coming up, that's the government city basically. In addition to that, there are 8 different type of cities. Justice City, which basically will be the High Court, arbitration centers, Judicial Academy, Law University, and everything related to the legal aspects will come up there. Similarly, Finance City, where the banking, fintech, financial services will be coming up there. Knowledge City, which will be the center for the higher education, which includes all top universities in the country, private and government will come. Then there is Health City, Sports City, Electronic City, Media City, and Tourism City. So each one of this is closely integrated into our master plan. So those areas which are earmarked for these cities, the focus will be on the activities related to that. For example, in the Media City, we will have the film industry, entertainment industry, and also the print and electronic media sectors will be given land there. and they will be able to set up their offices, their studios, and their activities there. So this is how we have planned it, so that other than the core industries, which will definitely require some environmental clearances, pollution issues, all the other economic activities, entertainment activities, health facilities, education facilities will be coming up in the capital city region.
Got it. Okay, so since you talked about the master plan and the planning aspect of it, coming from a citizen-centric point of view, what initiatives or measures is the government taking to ensure timely delivery of essential services like housing and the sanitation or water and healthcare? These are some essential basic needs of a citizen who is living in a. What are the measures taken for that?
Yeah. This is a very important aspect. As of now, if you see the core capital region of 217 square kilometer of area have very less population. I think hardly less than 1 lakh population is there. However, 3 to 5 years down the line, as I have mentioned earlier, a lot of government buildings, a lot of institutional establishment will happen here, where even government sector itself, it's being planned to construct almost about 3,500 apartments and around 200 individual houses or bungalows for the ministers, high court judges, senior government officers will be there. In addition to that, there is a private housing establishment called Happy Nest Project, where about 1,200 integrated residential units will be coming up, which is already sold out to the public. Public has already will purchase them. Similarly, under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana also, for all the people who have contributed their land in this capital region for setting up the capital, they have all parted with their land, and we will be giving them developed land back to them. Those who have lost their houses, those who have to be rehabilitated, we will be providing them housing. So all these will come in this area. So by this way, large number of housing units, around 10,000 plus housing units, including the government, private, and individual, all will be coming up, and this is going to make the city vibrant. So this is the life that is going to come into the city. The housing and the housing related activity will bring life into the city. As I have already mentioned earlier, along with the housing, along with the with people moving into the city, we will have health facility, education facility, and entertainment facility also coming up parallelly along with that.
Okay, got it. And so, talking about the economic impact of the development initiatives that are being undertaken, what do you think will be the positive externalities or impact of these initiatives on the surrounding region apart from Amaravati? Like the neighboring areas, how will they benefit, if in any way? Are they going to benefit?
Yeah. See, Amaravati is envisioned as a city of the future. So for the next 50 to 100 years down the line, what Amaravati is going to look like is something which we can only imagine as on today. But based on the planning, based on the vision of the Honorable Chief Minister and all the people who are associated with this, I can confidently say that the Amaravati is expected to have a transformative economic impact in the surrounding regions, not only the state, the entire region, entire, maybe I can say that entire South Indian region. Amaravati is going to be positioned as a city which is going to decide the future of the country. So Amaravati is being built as a major economic center, as I just now mentioned. Targeting on all the activities in the engineering sector, electronic sector, health sector, education sector, entertainment sector, and all the services sectors will be coming up here. And beyond the core capital region, industrial activity will also come up, because the entire area is, the entire capital region will be covering almost 5 districts in the state, with Krishna River passing through the middle of it. On the either side of Krishna River, this area of almost around 8,000 square kilometer of area is going to become the a center of economic activity in the country in future. This is our vision, and we are working in that direction.
So, as I can see from your responses, that the stages are planned really well, like all the steps are planned really well. So, are there any partnerships that are happening for these initiatives and to implement these development projects? And any national or international partnerships in specific that you would want to highlight that are being undertaken?
Yes, yeah. This is an important question. Thank you for asking that question. As you would have heard from the media also, Honorable Chief Minister has repeatedly mentioned that Amaravati is a people's capital. Amaravati is going to be a people's city, and
Yes.
and we already have forged partnership with international organizations like World Bank, ADB, and KfW in mobilizing funds for the capital city. Similarly, HUDCO has also joined hands by extending loan for setting up. So as of now, around we anticipate that we will require about 70,000 crores of rupees for setting up the core infrastructure in the capital region in the next 3 to 5 years. Out of this, about
Hmm.
31,000 crores of funding we could mobilize from these the multilateral agencies and HUDCO. And this is like the seed capital which is going to trigger the activity here. And once the activities start here, uh, the Capital Region Development Authority is also going to monetize the lands and have their own revenue source. So we are not going to take any funding from the state budget or the state exchequer for building up the capital. Using
Okay.
this loans which are already extended, we will start
Hmm.
the city, and once the city start growing, city will be able to uh, get its own resources, its own revenue, and
Hmm.
that will again trigger the further growth. It is going to have a cascading effect, will be happening. So in this entire journey, though the government is a lead partner here, taking the leadership in doing it, we will
Hmm.
be forging partnership with all interested parties, including the other government institutions. Central government institutions are there. Similarly, the private institutions are there. We
Hmm.
have already earmarked land for large number of institutions in the education sector, health sector, and all. They have already started activity. Some of the top private you know autonomous universities and deemed universities have already started their activities in Amaravati region. And
Hmm.
so that is one sort of partnership. Second thing, also we are also looking into the various models of public private partnership, including the including the design, build, and operate model for certain services. Similarly, a lot of other public services like like convention centers, cultural center, education center. All these things will come up through the public private participation only. Government will be
Hmm.
facilitating the best talents in the country to come here and establish this. Similarly, I also spoke about a sports city. We are planning to have the
Yes.
biggest sports city in the country here. Biggest sports city, which will be once fully developed, will have almost 500 acres of land, where all sports activity, including cricket, golf, tennis, all major sports activities will be there in this sports city. And again, we can do this only with the partnership. We have to have partnership with BCCI. We have to have partnership with the Golf Federation of India. So all the players in the sector, all the stakeholders are being consulted. We are having
Right.
regular interactions with them, and we are actually showing the entire plan to them and taking into consideration their inputs also. We are making changes wherever required. So this entire capital city is being developed in partnership with the stakeholders and the people. So that way, we won't leave any stone unturned, to ensure that we get best of all facilities in this region.
Hmm. So overall, we can say that both national and international partnerships will play a very important role in the development of the city. So you mentioned that as every city should be, that Amravati is a people city, is that it's going to be developed as a people city. So talking about the accessibility point, how is the government ensuring that all these resources and all of this housing and other facilities are also accessible for the marginalized communities? community in like, talking about specifically the marginalized communities. How is the urban poverty being will be tackled with? It's very early stage, I know, but is there any plan to tackle the poverty aspect and the inequality aspect in the city, taking care of the marginalized communities as well?
Yeah, it's very, very important when we are actually visioning about such a futuristic city. It's very important that the city ensures equality, and equality both in terms of economic standards of living, and as well as all the sharing of the common facilities in this region. Government of Andhra Pradesh has adopted a multi-pronged approach to address urban poverty and inequality in Amaravati by ensuring affordable housing, skill development centers, and infrastructure enhancement. To provide secure housing for the economically weaker section, around 5,024 housing units are already being developed. This initiative aims to integrate marginalized communities into the urban fabric, ensuring inclusive growth. As you will also see that this massive transformation, massive infrastructure, build up which is happening will also require large number of skilled and unskilled manpower. So now we are going to, because the majority of them will have to come from outside. So when they come here, we will ensure that they are provided the best facilities. Initially, transit accommodation for people who are coming to work here. Similarly, those who are going to settle down here will also be provided affordable housing will be given. So we are actually large scale skilling activities also being targeted. We have already tied up with the National Skill Development Council, and also various other private entities also we have tied up to provide skilling for the jobs which are going to be created here while the city is being built, and also after the completion of the city. So this way we will ensure that everyone who is going to be part of this capital city will be taken care of in all aspects. Their housing needs, their education needs, health needs will be taken care of in this city.
Right. Okay, that's great actually. A city should be inclusive, and since the government of Andhra Pradesh is taking care of it, that's a great thing to know. So we have talked about the milestones that have been achieved, plans going further, and everything. What are the challenges? Because building up a city is a very big task in itself. So what are the challenges that you foresee or have been facing, the government has been facing, or it foresees in the development of the city? Or the major challenges that are being faced?
Yeah, no, in fact, of course, there are a lot of challenges. As you can see, the massive scale of things which we are planning is not without any challenges. See, the first challenge was to mobilize sufficient extent of land to build the city, and that during 2014 to 19. So when Honorable Chief Minister at that time has appealed to the people to be part of this entire development, and they have come forward, and through land pooling we could mobilize almost about 55,000 crore plus land. This is this is first of its kind in the country, maybe globally also. Without land acquisition, people coming forward and voluntarily giving their land to be part of the entire development journey of Amaravati was unheard of. So that is one of the first challenges which we could successfully overcome. Second is to mobilize resources or mobilize funds for for building this capital city. Again, that also now we are almost solving that issue, as I mentioned to you just now. Almost about 30 to 40% of our requirement already we have tied up through various multilateral funding agencies and HUDCO and all, and we are confident of getting the remaining funds also through various more through the market borrowings, through issuing of municipal bonds, through monetization of the land which we are developing here. Already the land rates in this region are very, very high, and it is growing further. So we are confident of mobilizing those things also, and also through a lot of innovative financing practices. We are evolving a lot of new practices wherein, as just now I mentioned about the PPP model, which we are going to develop. So that way, that is second big challenge, which again we are in the process of overcoming that. Then ensuring the sustainable development plan, sustainable development activities, which is an inclusive development, which has to happen. As I mentioned just now about, you were also asking about how will we take care of the poor people, marginalized people. So this is another challenge which we are very consciously addressing right from the beginning. How to ensure an equitable distribution of developmental outcomes, of the fruits of the development have to be shared with everyone in this region. That's another third one. And the fourth one, I would say about the disaster management, flood mitigation, climate changes, and issues like that. So we all know that even our existing cities also facing these type of problems today because of the global climate change and changes in the rain patterns, changes in various aspects. So we are very conscious about that. So we want Amaravati capital city to be properly proofed against all such natural calamities or disasters which can come in future. So we are planning for 200 years ahead. Like we have taken the historical data with respect to the rainfall in this region, water flow in Krishna River and the entire catchment area in this region. So in order to take care of any requirements in future, we are planning now itself. So these are some of the major challenges which we have already incorporated into our plan, our entire planning process, and we are finding solutions to overcome the issues also.
Disaster resiliency is a very great point that you mentioned. Actually, most of the cities that have been developed, I would say that they're not planned in order to be disaster resilient, because you can see what are the there is heavy rainfall or any. So that's great if the government is planning ahead for that also. So lastly, it's a question that everybody is eager to know the answer of. And what is the expected? I know it's still in the early stage, but what is the expected timeline for the completion of some of the key milestones for the city's development? What highlight some important stages that are in the completion stage in all of this development process?
So we have both short-term and long-term timelines to actually fulfill these requirements. Short-term in the sense the development of the infrastructure, building the city part. So this our plan is 3 to 5 years is what we have planned. And some of these infrastructure like government housing, trunk infrastructure would be ready in another 2 years time. 18 months to 24 months is our first timeline, wherein the major government infrastructure like government offices, housing for the officers and other people here, those things should be ready in another 18 months to 24 months time. Similarly, the iconic buildings like the Secretariat, High Court, Assembly building and all should be ready in 3 years time. Around 36 months time that should be ready. Similarly, the other facilities, other like services sectors, economic activities like what I mentioned about education institutions, health institutions, hotels and establishments, the sports facility, everything also in a span of 3 to 5 years all these facilities should come. Ultimately, we are visioning Amaravati as a thriving economic hub by 2050. 25 years down the line, 2050, 25 years is this is our long term timeline. So and by 2050 we are targeting a GDP of about 35 billion and a population of about 3.5 million people in this capital region, which will also generate about 1.5 million employment opportunities. So this is our grand vision for the capital region. We are all working together in that, government, private sector, public, all together are working on achieving this. One of the biggest city building exercise in the history of India.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. The plan looks very comprehensive in itself, and I am sure we all are sure that the government of Andhra Pradesh is going to leave no stone unturned to realize all the steps and vision that you have shared. And it's an inclusive vision, and definitely Amravati through this vision can be built into a resilient and sustainable city for sure. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your time today, and all the best for your future endeavors and for the steps that are being undertaken. And we hope to witness the marvels that you do in Amaravati very, very soon.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure sharing some of the ideas about the capital city of Amaravati with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.